G'day and welcome to another episode of Kiwi Car Life. And now that my repossessed Honda Accord Euro R is complete, it's time to put all our handiwork to the ultimate test and see if it will survive a 2,200 kilometre road trip all the way from here in Wellington to Auckland, where it'll have to endure a day on track along with 9 different video appointments all over the city, and then an 8-hour drive back to Wellington again. Let's see if it can do it. Auckland trips have been somewhat of a regular occurrence for me this year. The first 3 times I went up for 1 day in January, 2 days in February and 3 days in May, taking my perfectly maintained and very dependable silver Accord every time. In November, I went up again in a V6 Accord I'd sold and flew back, but this time we'll be taking the Accord Euro R, a totally unproven car with a very sketchy service history and no cruise control. So, before I even thought about heading north, the car needed a wheel alignment, a good service, and some fresh-ish brake pads off my old silver Accord, as they were a lot better than what was currently on the car. As my first video appointment was at lunchtime on Friday, I had little interest in getting up to leave at 4 o'clock in the morning, so I made plans to depart Thursday night, sleep in the car in Whanganui, and carry on at 7 AM the next morning. Well, there we go, we're all packed, car's driving great, we've got plenty of fuel, and before I head north, me and the boys are going to go out for dinner in a spot of go-karting, which will be a bit of fun, so I guess it's time to find out if driving and selling cars for a living translates into some quick times on track. With that fantastic evening over, I said goodbye and settled into a 2.5-hour drive north. Is this the dumbest thing I've ever done? Probably. But hey, I don't really have an option. We're in Whanganui, been driving for, 2.5 hours. Right. I'll see you in the morning. Oh, what am I doing? The next morning I arose from my slumber, fired the beast up and carried on driving up one of the most fantastic roads in the country, State Highway 4. I always look forward to driving on this road. Coming over the hill onto this beautiful open wide section, just look at the stunning views, fantastic corners, and this is where the Euro R really starts to come alive. The limited slip diff you can feel working to pull you out of corners. Of course, the K20A with the pod filter, the fantastic induction VTEC. Oh yes, it just puts a smile on your face and it makes any road trip just that much more enjoyable. Roadkill. And while I admit you do really have to get the revs up to go anywhere in this thing, overtaking is just an absolute breeze. Oh, look at that. 0 effort. And you can't drive up State Highway 4 without stopping in the metropolis of National Park for a butter chicken pie and blue V breakfast. Oh, the state of these roads, man. I'm spending more time avoiding asteroid craters in the middle of the tarmac than I am focusing on where I'm actually going. After that, it's just a quick 3.5-hour drive north through Taumarunui, Hamilton, and then the Big Apple. Oh, wait, hang on. My first video appointment was an MR2 GTS Turbo, a truly stunning looking car, and it went like a scolded ape, followed by an insane 300 wheel horsepower CL1 Euro R, a manual 987 Boxster, and an extremely weird manual W8 Passat. I even had the pleasure of meeting this guy.
So you've popped out heaps of kids and now you're a MILF, but you need a sexy car to match.
And he took my Accord for an almighty thrash. That's Bit of fun, eh?
Day 2 arose. I'd already done over 1,000 kilometres without a single issue, so I was feeling confident the Accord could survive a track day.
This corner here is a really fun one. In the dry, check this out, look at this. I'm foot to the floor, 150 k's with slight lift here. So then if you just go foot to the floor, use the limited slip diff, 150 kilometers an hour through there, onto the back straight, 160, 170, 180. That's the speed cut. Dab of brakes, turn in here, still going 150 through here, from 155 even. This thing's a beast, man. It's a machine. Oh. The all-wheel drive, man, it's just... it's too good. And just look at the speed you can carry through these turns. 140 k's an hour. No problem, man. Foot to the floor. Like BMO DJ, into fifth. Here we go, how quick are you going to go through here? Let's find out. He is pushing through, look at him go! What a way to finish, man. Fantastic lineup of cars. Oh, see you, mate. We'll do one final little skid to finish. Oh, no, it's telling me I left the handbrake on.
With an immense amount of fun had thrashing around all day and catching up with friends, I headed north through some of the most insane weather I've ever seen before meeting up with the owner of a delightful CL1 Accord Euro R.
First big difference, torque.
My final day in Auckland began with one of the coolest moments of my life. Meeting up with good old Erl the Accord again, and it was definitely odd going from a Euro R to a Euro S rather than the other way around like in previous videos.
Let's bring back some memories. Oh yes!
And finally, I filmed the long-awaited manual Altezza versus Accord Euro video. While it was an absolutely stunning looking car, it was unfortunately far from the best driving experience, but I'll elaborate further when the video comes out.
Doesn't really communicate too much about what it's doing, that's like half throttle. The transmission so loud. What the hang is going on? Okay, this is not going well.
After that, it was time for the oh, dearie me. Time for the long drive home.
So there we go. That concludes this episode of Kiwi Car Life, and it also concludes my 2,200 kilometre 3-day Auckland trip. The videos will be coming out in the coming months if they haven't come out already, but I've got 4 hours worth of driving to do to get back to Wellington. So I'm going to settle in and enjoy another few hours with this fantastic CL7. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll look forward to seeing you again next time.